colleague, Joey.
I am, the whole time. I've been the whole time, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Spell this word.
J-O-E-Y?
Yeah.
Oh, did you mean word? I must spell word. W-O-R-D.
Well, actually, I thought colleague. I thought it's quite an interesting word, colleague, don't you think? I mean, it's not everybody that gets that right. Do you want to spell that word?
C-O-L-L-E-A-G-U-E.
Fantastic, we got this word right. All right, so Joey, what would you say would be the definition of the word colleague?
Someone who works with me.
Somebody who works with you. Let's use that word in a sentence, because remember, we are Growsmarters.
Yeah. Jill is my colleague.
There you go. Excellent. Well done. So, boys and girls, welcome to Grow Smart. But today, guess what? We are not doing spell this word, define it, and use in a sentence.
No.
Today, why not? Did you not get that memo?
I'm sorry. I'll be back then.
Okay, excellent. So today what we are doing though is creative writing. We are going to be talking about workshopping, working through our book so that we can write the best story ever. And see, he's already in character development. So that's exactly what we are going to do. We are going to help you with this process to develop the character so that we can write the best story that you are going to submit to us. So this is why we are going to do this workshop today. So stay with us. We are going to work through this step by step to help you write the best story ever. The first diagram that you're going to find in your workbook is your mind map. So who knows what a mind map is? Do you know what a mind map is? Look, remember, you're the one helping me here. I'm terrible at this.
Yeah. You know, I think it's got to do with where am I going?
Where are you going?
So I'm going to set the scene, get a map to take me to where I want to go. And where do I want to go? I want to write something. And I've got to start somewhere to write something.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with a mind map.
So
where I'm putting all my ideas.
Okay. So we're going to put down our ideas in the mind map.
Yeah.
And do they don't have to be in order here. They can just be any ideas.
Listen, you sit there and you brainstorm and you just put it all together.
So this is talking about creative juices flowing.
Is that it? Let me just hold
okay, all right. Hang 10. Joey's getting creative.
Hold that thought.
Right.
You see?
Pink is so my color.
Oh, you look amazing.
I love my hair. All right.
So if you had to start, what do you see? What do you see?
Pink characters, pink clowny characters.
You know.
So maybe our story can just evolve about pink, the pink world.
Oh, the pink world.
Or anybody else got any ideas? I know there are people out there.
Hello. Sorry.
The Pink City.
The Pink City. Oh, look at that clever one.
All right. So in the middle of our mind map, we have got the Pink City.
Yes. Wow.
So what else will happen in the Pink City?
You see, this is where we start asking the questions, very important questions. What happens there? Where does it happen? How does it happen?
Okay.
Why does it happen?
What? What would you put down in the center of the mind map? So we've got that big bubble. So I suppose the Pink City would go down in the middle there, hey, to remind us that that's what our story is.
Where we're starting. That's our title. That's where we're going from.
Okay.
So now we're branching out.
Exactly.
Pink City what?
So we have chosen the Pink City as our own story.
Yes.
This is not one of the topics that Growsmart has given us. We've decided this is our own story.
Yes.
So our own story is going to be called the Pink City. So along with the Pink City, you will see we have got a mind map. It's got little branches, almost like a tree, a bubble, and a bubble, and a bubble. And so we have to fill all of those bubbles with some ideas.
Yes.
And I see, there's a wonderful little lady over there, and she's writing away. She's giving us ideas because, we're still learning through this.
That's why we need teachers. That's why we need teachers. Teachers
What,
doing a great job for us.
Why, when, and how.
Yes.
Those are the things we need to put in our bubble. So if we had to say the what of the city, what about the Pink City? Hey Graham, have you got any ideas for what about the Pink City?
The Pink City suddenly changed colours.
It changed colours. You'll have to change your map.
Listen, but I was thinking, Graham stole my idea. I thought exactly that. I thought a normal city, and then something happened that made it go to a pink city.
There you go. Okay, so there was change somewhere along the way. Something changed, something happened. So we'll have to think about what that was. Perhaps an explosion of a rainbow and all colours were there, and then suddenly we only ended up in pink. You know, I love pink.
Oh, I love pink
I
too.
love pink. Anywho, okay, so that's not really a word, by the way.
You said anywho because that's the next question we come to. Who? Oh, I love you.
Anyway, let's talk about who.
Anywho.
Anywho, how many who's will there be?
That is a good question.
So how many characters will we have in the story? There'll be you,
And then there's you.
and then there's me.
Should we add them as well?
Well, we can add them as well. There'll be Graham, and Portia, and maybe Appa.
Let's have them
We've
all.
got so many characters.
There we go.
We'll have to remember what to do with
With
all
all
of
of
these
it,
characters in our story. So, okay, perhaps not so many. That's quite a lot.
But for now, we just put them down because that's our thinking. We're brainstorming now.
We are
and
brainstorming.
If they're not really working later, then
We'll hold them back. We'll hold them back.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
so
go with Jewel and
ideas.
Joey and then get rid of it.
Okay, so so remember now we've got the bubble in the middle of the mind map. We said that our story is about the pink city.
Yes.
So it's got other arms. So in the other arms you're going to write down the what. So the one was it changed color. The other one was who, how many people, and so we had about 4 or 5 characters in there. Oh, we're getting so many notes down there.
Oh, did you see that?
Yes,
Look at
I
this
know.
big word.
That's such a big word.
What's that?
Antagonist.
Antagonist. What's that?
Protagonist. Can you spell it?
Protagonist.
I'm spelling it from there. Protagonist. Protagonist.
You know,
What's a
I think
protagonist?
I heard this before. It's like you know you've got this the hero
Yeah.
in the story, then you've got the other guy who's like the other guy.
The other guy.
Yeah, that guy's always the nasty one.
Okay.
So you got like the hero, the villain,
So-
the hero.
so who's the
villain,
protagonist?
The hero. Okay. What do you think?
I don't know. Help me with this.
Teacher, wait.
I should write it down. It's the hero. It's the hero.
Positive, hero, and negative villain. So I can be villain, you can be the hero.
Thank you. That's so kind. Okay, so we're going to have the protagonist, and then we're going to have the antagonist. Can everybody remember that? Because you know you're going to help us along.
Yeah,
we are
absolutely.
never going to remember
Yeah.
this. And so so far we have got the what, and we've got the who.
The who?
Excellent. So now we need to figure out the why.
Wonderful.
What happened in the story? Why do you think it turned into Pink City? The why is the plot of the story.
Here we go.
Oh, I love the teachers helping us again.
Yeah.
She said why,
Just a
plot and
storyline.
storyline.
Now these are words that your teacher at school also
Really?
yeah.
I
Because
suppose so.
this
Yes.
is all kind of stuff from the curriculum. It's curriculum stuff. That's what teachers write.
Thank goodness. Sticking to
Oh
the
my
curriculum.
gosh!
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
All right, so what's the plot of our story? Anyone help us with ideas? Anyone out there?
How did the world become pink?
How did the world become pink?
Listen, we must focus. We said city.
City.
Yeah.
City.
We must
Oh,
big
focus.
focus.
The pink
Yeah,
city.
let's not get
Ah,
too. Otherwise, we're taking the different. If we say pink world versus pink city, 2 different things.
It is.
So suddenly you start writing about a world rather than a city.
That's
So if
quite
I'm
right.
your reader and I'm reading around, but you
Confused.
started with Pink City, now why is there a world somewhere at the bottom
So
here?
confused.
You know, so let's just stick to the Pink City.
Pink
So
city.
why did that city become pink?
There was an explosion at the local hairdresser.
It was like
Oh, yes, and that is why we look like this. We were part of that explosion.
I love mine. I love mine.
So there was an explosion.
Explosion. Okay, so that's the plot of our story.
Yeah,
There was an explosion at the hairdresser.
yeah.
Okay, so we need to remember that. So that would go into another bubble. Oh, we've almost filled all our bubbles.
Yes.
And we've only just started. I mean, we still need to fluff it up, fluff it out,
Yeah.
but we haven't yet. So we need to this is just actually getting us started. So the next one is the when. When did this happen?
Yeah. No, Anybody?
When did this happen? Okay, so let's say this happened about a year ago. So it happened a year ago, and then we've got to talk about what happened then, and then where we are now. How about that?
I like that.
Okay, so we'll okay.
Go,
So
sure.
that's the timeline.
Sure, look at
Timeline. The story needs a timeline.
It has to start somewhere and it ends somewhere.
Absolutely.
Absolutely important.
Okay, so we've decided that our story, the storyline, it happened a year ago, and so we're going to talk about when it happened, and then we're going to bring it back to the present day as to why it is we have pink hair
Why
now.
is it that we have pink hair? Yeah.
Okay, all right, I like that. And so what? Teacher's busy.
No, she's all
She's
over.
busy.
She's all over us
I
like
know,
a rash.
I know. How? Joey?
How? Well, you kind of look at that explosion thing,
Yes.
and you go like, okay, so how did that explosion happen?
Ah, okay.
So what was it? Maybe the hairdresser that created?
Okay, we'll have to look at that.
Yeah,
But I do know that there was a lot of pink hair dye. Definitely a lot of pink hair dye in there, because that's how we all ended up with pink hair.
This is actually beautiful.
It really suits you, I must say.
Does it?
It really does.
It's all part of the pink city.
Part of the pink city. All right, so remember we need to talk about the how. How did it happen?
Yeah.
And then lastly, you know, our teacher is so way ahead of us, we really need to pay attention.
Yeah,
She's
we
now,
do.
we need to talk about the where.
Yeah.
Where did this happen? So where did it happen? And remember, it happened in the hairdresser.
Yeah.
We said it happened in the hairdresser, and hold on, very busy. In the city hairdresser.
Ah.
In the Pink City. But maybe it wasn't all the Pink City yet.
It wasn't.
It wasn't, because we
It had a different name.
we had a different
And then this happened and it became the pink city.
Okay, excellent. So let's recap. It's all about recapping so that we can focus about where it is that we are going.
Yes.
So remember, we started off with an idea.
Yeah.
Idea that Joey had, because, you know, we now both have pink hair. And our idea was the pink city. So that was our topic. We decided to go with our own story. We're creating our own story, and it's all about the pink city. So we had the topic, and then what did we do from there?
I think we went to what? And I think it's important that for you, young lady, young guy who's listening, it's important that when you got that topic to immediately remember those question words. Because that for me is where that's the crux of the matter. That's where the creative writing lies. It's the what happened, who, where, why. You've got to ask those questions so that you can fill in that mind map.
So I really like that. So let's just recap what Joey said. We had topic. Then from the topic we went to the what,
Yeah.
who,
Why,
when, how,
and where. Yes.
6 points.
Yeah.
Only 6 little things you have to remember, and that's going to be the base of our story. So, are we ready for this? Yes, we are. Watch this space. We'll be back with our next little adventure of where we take this from where we are right now. So you've got work to do. So right now, all that we want you to do is go and think about what your topic is and how it is you are going to fill out that mind map with all 6 points that we have given you. So remember, this is how we are planning our story.
Absolutely. Antagonist, protagonist, antagonist.
Protagonist, antagonist. Protagonist, antagonist. See you next time, kids.